Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing something a little bit different. We're going to be playing Disco Elysium, which is a game I played when it first came out and enjoyed a lot. It was one of the most interesting, and probably one of the best games I've ever played. Actually, it was a really refreshing experience. But I've only just realised that since then they've released a fully voiced version, which wasn't the case when I played it. So I thought it might be fun to dive in, and as it's been a little while and I've probably forgotten a fair bit about it. To play it in its new version. So we're just going to jump in and start a new game. So we've got to select an archetype, and when I played this the first time I was very much a thinker, I think, you know, trying to use my brain to rationalise my way through most situations. Ended up apologising, I think, for pretty much everything we'd done in our... Well, we'll see where the game begins. Ended up being called something called apologetic cop, which the description for which was just quite a bit sad and not very flattering. So we might try and do a completely different playthrough to that. I'm considering maybe going for a physical route, which is pretty much the complete opposite of the way I played it the first time. And there were quite a few areas where I couldn't actually access because I just wasn't strong enough to find a way in. So this might be interesting. We're going to be pretty dumb, but pretty strong. And we'll see how this goes.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Okay.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Let's plunge back into the fathomless deep.
There. No ball of meat. No light in the formless nothing. Just nice women.
I like nothing.
I know you do, baby. I know.
How about you cough up some more of that sweet oblivion?
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Allons-y, let's go.
All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough.
Let's visit the ancient Zero home.
Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Don't stop, keep singing. Sing me the song of
The
death.
song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Help someone. Cut my head off. It's trying to murder the rest of me.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Open our eyes. Oh dear. At least we're wearing underwear. Not very much else. Here we are. This is us. Some trousers here. Maybe we should... Let's see, this is... we lose some savoir-faire, but we gain some electrochemistry, apparently, whatever those mean.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Oh, let's have the keys.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Okay, what else have we got around here? Some broken glass there. A tie going around this ceiling fan.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Okay, we've got a skill check of some kind here. Savoir-faire, medium 10. So we have a 58% chance of managing this. We have a 3 rating in savoir-faire. We've actually lost one because of the trousers we've put on. It does say we can retry this check. It's not a critical
reach
one.
out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse rate.
Oh
This
God,
is
we're
bad.
having a heart attack.
Feels like sharp stones grinding your chest and keeping you from moving for quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes.
Oh, okay, we've got our health back.
You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try again. It'll get easier. Do it if you want to die.
Yeah, that's
The
possibly
stabbing pain in
a...
your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here.
Yeah, that's the option's actually locked, so let's just pull on the fan.
Blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Yeah, so we've got a 92% chance of passing this now. We've got a +3 modifier because we've turned the fan off first, which is fair enough.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The
fan
switch
going
must be
again?
broken
Oh.
because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine.
We actually are wearing our tie. Oh, we've got a jacket there. And we get 1 esprit de corps for our disco-ass blazer. Right, we're still shirtless. We've got a tie and jacket on, but no shirt still. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll go into this bathroom and see if there's anything in here. What's this? Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet. What's this in the bath? You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer and sweet liqueurs. Oh, hang on. There's a shirt up here. So we get +1 conceptualization and -1 suggestion for our white satin shirt. Is there anything I can do to sort of highlight the interactable? Ah yes, if I hold down tab. What's this? Locked door. Click on the mirror though.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Really? We've completely forgotten what we look like.
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. With all the synapses you've extinguished, it's a miracle you can even think this sentence. You've interrupted a true act of self-annulment here.
Okay, let's have a look at ourselves.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe we should touch it first and make sure there's nothing actually wrong
Yeah.
with our face.
There is definitely something wrong with it.
What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness, It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
Touch your nose.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'm scared. I want to stop doing this. Well, we're going to wipe the mirror.
Behold,
We're going to see ourselves. Oh dear.
you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
I mean, it looks all right there, but look at our picture down there in the bottom left. Of course I do. It's some kind of superstar. I think I'm a superstar.
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I think it might be because I'm a superstar.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what superstars do.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Superstardom.
You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm.
No need to. I almost died trying to get that tie, but I heard my heartbeat.
Getting clever appears to make the expression even worse. Now it's mixed with smugness.
Okay, so we've got a very low encyclopedia check here. Or an impossible electrochemistry check. I think maybe we'll just let the mirror be for now. Maybe that's something we can come back to if we, I don't know, level up or something later, improve our skills in some way. At least we're dressed. So, already a rousing success. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore the tape out while the song was playing. What's this down here? We've got an empty cassette tape, so we'll take that. Reel-to-reel tape player still on, and it's rolling empty. And what's this over here? Oh, it's a shoe. I said we were dressed, but I was wrong. We are missing a shoe. So look at this broken mirror window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Got a check called Visual Calculus. Rated as easy. We've got a less than 50% chance of doing it though, but we'll give it a go.
The shards face
succeed.
outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own hands?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
What did this then?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Okay, well that solves the mystery of the missing shoe anyway.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
I should go and get that shoe.
Cold wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Yeah, well I think we've exhausted this room anyway. Let's go and find our other shoe. Oh, he's still moving very, very gingerly. Yeah, there's a person there, but let's prioritise the shoe. Something over here. Something on the table, yes. So let's have a look. It's some money. I'll take that. This is probably the door to the balcony. There we are. There's our shoe. What's this? A gust of briny wind washes over you. So take our other shoe. And we're dressed.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Oh, was this another thought? The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Well, let's go inside. Okay, so now we're slightly more presentable. Maybe we should go and talk to this lady standing over here. Let's look at this calendar first.
Hello, officer.
March 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
She is Klasja. Klasja? Miss Orange, disco dancer.
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
Officer? Am I military personnel?
No.
Wait, I know, I'm a businessman, chief executive officer, right?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay, chief technical officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
You're shitting me.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All this
You've
time?
been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
What business is that?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Okay, this is a challenging check. Only 8% chance of success. No, we can't retry it, so maybe we won't do that. Who in their right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Oh, well, let's try the 8% check. That's the worst
The
that could
words
happen.
have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
No, I don't want to.
Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time.
I said I want to have fuck with you.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
I'm a cop of the apocalypse, a superstar cop. I'm not going to be the sorry cop now. I was the sorry cop last time, and it didn't make me feel good about it. I'm a cop of the apocalypse.
Has the time come already?
Cops walking around with no memory of who they are, saying what I just said. The end can't be more than 2 days away.
You're one intense cop. Anyone ever tell you that?
I'm sure I'm usually less intense. I don't know why this stuff is coming out of my mouth.
Alright then. Looks like I should go and prepare for what's to come. And thank you. This has been delightful. I do hope it happens sooner. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
But do what? It's like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray, still smoking.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Am I a smoker?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
But it's broken at the filter. I can't smoke that.
How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that. A carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time.
I don't know if this electrochemistry has our best interests
And
at
when
heart.
you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Ooh. That was where she went. We'll leave her alone for now. I think she was quite polite to us in the circumstances, considering what we said to her. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trompe le Monde. Now we're going to go downstairs now. There's a bit to have a look at here. Oh, it's a bit of an earworm, this track. It's, yeah, we'll be hearing it a lot and it tends to stick in your head. This is where lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. Speaker connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is immense.
And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. Whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
This goes well with the theory I'm developing, that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
What should I sing?
You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious.
Of course, they're really going to gauge on my soul with that one.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed.
Okay, another little quest for us. There we go, we're going to stand on stage. This feels right, you belong here. Okay, have a little chat with the barman, it looks
A
like.
man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. A small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua, Ste Koari's Skua."
Let's say that we know what it is.
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
What's the
I have
difference?
3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only
Where's-
standing in.
Where did Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
Alright. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. What's this? We could take Nosafed for +1 health, like maybe a healing item. Something up there as well. What's that? I don't know what that is. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Can we go in? No. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 p.m. What's this? Inside you catch a glimpse of union paraphernalia, a strike poster, some red pennants. A sign reads, "Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 4 p.m. Okay. Let's head over this way. See if there's anything sort of on this side of the room. As we head down, there's the door. Stairs. Sleeping man. Okay. A man is sleeping at the table wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
We've got a decent chance of this. We're a physical character, so that's waking him up. So maybe we'll take the pills
The
first.
man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
And look, it's done. So that was on 0 before. This is morale, so our morale has gone up by 1.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Okay. Good to know.
It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John.
So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to steal his, or try to steal his ID. We've got a 72% chance, so 3 out
The
of 4.
fingers find their way into the shackle, flicking open its spring-loaded gate. The metal loop holds the plastic ID and a leather-bound pocketbook.
And the man?
The man emits a loud snore. Is he about to wake up? Doesn't look like it, but you never know. Better be quick.
Let's take the document.
You slip the plastic ID card out of the loop and pocket it. The man continues to snore. You find a black paper note with a woman's profile on it. Seems like this woman lived centuries ago. The note says 5 real. It feels nice and greasy.
Well, our career as a cop here is, in this game, is getting off to a good start with us stealing from this sleeping man.
Dock worker
Let's wake him
has
up.
little to say about your actions.
Just
He remains silent.
a little more likely than a coin flip.
There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Wake up, this is an order, I am the Lord. No words, just a primordial scream. That seems like it's more our style.
Why the yelling man?
I just wanted to see what would happen if I yelled.
Congratulations. You've seen the future. Now, if you excuse me again, officer.
Tell me about Wild Pines, that's where he works.
That's the name of my employer. I work in logistics.
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about this.
How's it going?
We made me yawn. Oh, the dock worker lets out a big yawn, then stares at the cafeteria's terrace doors. Some fingernails glisten on the glass. Some fingerprints glisten on the glass.
Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
I've almost never been outside this building.
Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Right to work, right to sleep, I say.
Who's behind the strike?
We are. The workers. The union. We know what we need. What's right for us. Okay, I guess there's also Everard. He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's got our back. Thank God, no.
Was it a fathomless darkness into which we ought to be deferred like corpses to a mausoleum?
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir. But when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses. No mausoleums. Just quality time.
Fuck sleep. Despite the headache and the queasiness, you feel like you've got at least a 10-kilometer run in you.
I doubt that. Yours?
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait, no. Oh, it's they got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate. Or just getting some sleep. Or was.
Who this Measurehead guy is.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him. The dock worker doesn't answer. His head is already back down on the table, in sweet sleep.
A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful, dark liquid is spilling out. So a couple of people to speak to over here. We'll have a look at this chair first. The Royal... Oh, it's a pinball machine. It's unplugged. Yeah, speak to this lady in the wheelchair.
Hello, sweetie.
Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bomber jacket. Okay, I guess we'll speak to him.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Oh, we'll shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
So, we could, I don't know my name, or we can try a red skill check. 28% chance of success. We're going to invent a name for ourselves. Let's give it a go.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Right. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
He doesn't even process what you just said, just moves on.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Yes?
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right.
Perfectly normal
And the
thing to say.
interviews?
What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Mhm.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
Don't worry, I'll rip it down.
After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
Delicate goods, filled with stinking horrors.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back.
He points to your jacket.
I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General?
Internal Affairs. And I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigation. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
Shouldn't I have a badge or something?
You mean you don't have a badge?
I didn't have it when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
I can't remember anything.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that. So cigarettes will have to do.
Let's
To
roll.
you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Now, you mentioned the headache. We did take those headache pills, didn't we? It's possible we already automatically took them, or maybe it's this this sort of health charge that we've got there. I would think it's probably that. Alright, so we're going to go and talk to the cafe manager again now.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. I'm the Harbinger of Ruin. As I said, Detective Raphael Ambrosius Costeau. Or I'm currently in between names. Let's go with the name that we made for ourselves.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper and hands it to the lieutenant.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Who, me?
Yes, Detective Cousteau. I have everything. You?
He says the name with a purposefully straight face. Oh, you mean, do I have questions? Ask them.
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
Where's the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
How do we get there?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
He doesn't know. He just said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers. That it was a lynching.
Who said that?
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why would the dock workers lynch this man?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
Did you kill him?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says.
No, I didn't.
You can tell me, guard. You killed him, right?
I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this?
Why did you have to kill him?
Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless. His expression unreadable.
Did he hurt you? Is that why? Did you get kind of sick kick out of killing him?
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
Anyone? Have you killed someone else then?
He ignores you. More. Press on. Push through.
Did you kill Sylvie?
Fuck you, man.
That's enough.
You have not entirely convinced me.
That's a real pity.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
This is the second time you've avoided the subject.
Oh my god, what is your obsession with this Sylvie person? Get over it.
Okay, well, I guess that's all. Task complete.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Okay. What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Why do I need money?
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
Is this money?
Yes, it is.
That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40, so I'm now down to 90, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
But that's horrible.
It is.
He demonstratively suppresses a world-weary sigh.
You're under arrest.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Can we put this man in his place? I mean, it's a low chance. Let's do it.
From the bottom of your blue soul, a term emerges.
Refusal to aid a police officer of the peace. You're impeding me from carrying out a murder investigation with your inane requests for money.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
Oh, we have saved 60 real by doing that. I won't pay for the window.
Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room.
I'm not paying for the drinks.
The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them.
Cool.
No, not cool.
Ooh.
You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
Okay, well, we've got our
By the
tab
way,
down by quite a
where
bit.
is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even have
But
one?
you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
Far away?
In time or space?
Both.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop. Yeah, okay.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
What's this down here? Hobo cop. We could... Oh, okay, this is our thought cabinet. We can get a bit of a thought going. We would get -1 composure, ungainly and rambling. A cop and a hobo cop. Upsides, can be dishevelled, doesn't have to wash, carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anything or anyone. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again here. Never again here, you're drunk. Why did you even come here, Harry? Go home, you're embarrassing yourself. Downsides, are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. What do I think on that? We're going to have a bit less composure for the next few hours. All right. Got our journal here, so we've got a few quests already. We've got a quest to find some cigarettes, sing karaoke, report our badge missing, inspect the victim's body, talk to Sylvie, which we can do using Kim's shortwave radio in his car, I think he said, and pay for damages, which we've got down to 30 real, which is not bad. In fact, we found 5 in the sleeping man's pockets, so that's already good. Maybe we can talk to this person now.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
How would you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you.
I was hoping you could be my sponsor.
Oh, I'm sure you would make a wonderful gigolo, dear, with those strong arms of yours, but welfare checks aren't all they cracked up to be. My husband and I are barely scraping by.
She's not really lusting after those biceps, man. It's more like an appraisal you give to a healthy specimen.
What's a paycheck?
You must be joking. Although...
It's not easy to assert your right to a decent living wage when you don't have a strong union behind you. Maybe you should talk to Everard, the union leader.
Interesting idea. This Everard sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins out of his pocket.
Okay, there's only a 28% chance of this suggestion, but we'll give it a go.
Try
And
to
fail.
force a tear out of your duct. Really rip into the whole emotional aggression thing.
Oh god, I'm going to die on the street, aren't I? Fucking shit, it's all over for me. Or of course, I shouldn't have asked you. Stupid me. We'll do this one.
Officer, Get a hold of yourself, please.
Oh no, what did I lose? Some morale. Oh dear.
Sweetie, I'm sorry, but I think you need more help than I can give you. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I don't have money for you. If there's anything else I can do for you, just ask. Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh, my. You know where we are, right?
We're dead, haunting each other. No, we know it's the Whirling in Rags. We saw some. We found some keys, didn't we? Which had that on.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In hell. We're all in hell.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol.
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Well, again, we know it's 51. We found that, was it the new... No, it was the calendar outside our room.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Yeah, we got a
Her
pen.
relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Outside, the melting snow seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom. You can feel it, a great cold. Then the shiver passes.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Okay, we'll have a look at these options. There's quite a few. I can already see the one I think I'm going to pick. But we've got some kind of democracy, maybe. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. Are we the Dothraki? We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Or, radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women. That's the one I'm going to take.
No, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
So what was this revolution?
Defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better. Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
How would you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses and catching sequence killers. I mean, it's got to be that one.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
Kim, of course, I forgot I had you.
Yes, and it seems to me that you do well to stick close to him. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law, someone you can lean on, and, sweetie, you are looking unsteady. And even if he weren't there, I don't think you'd have much use for me.
You're probably right.
I really would like to help out, but I don't want to slow you down. If it weren't for all the stairs and potholes in Martinez, I'd join you for sure.
All right, let's get going.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Now that Kim's in tow, I think we're going to go back up and talk to, I can't remember her name now. Was it Katya or something like that? Or Klasya? And see if she's got anything to say that's pertinent to our investigation.
The door is closed. There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
I'm so alone.
The door is indifferent to your loneliness. The world does not care. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Okay, knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Fucking whore. Punch the door.
You slam your fist into the vinyl. It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do. Not to mention, great exercise.
Stop that.
All right, I guess we leave. I'm sure we'll speak to her later, but obviously not now. So I think we should go and investigate this corpse hanging from a tree that has been mentioned several times. That's locked, but I think we go out the side door around here. Right, okay. Well, head straight there, I think. There's a few things to investigate. Let's have a look at this fence, though, first.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
We have a very low chance of reconstructing the movement, but I might as well try it.
No.
Nope.
These tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. Cop habit. You look at everything.
Okay, unfortunate. Maybe we can do something with that bit later. What have we got? Got some footprints here.
are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
I get the sense the visual calculus is not something that's one of our strengths. Oh wow!
What do you think
If we
you
fail
are?
those checks, we
A
lose
super
morale.
detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard.
I guess maybe we'll stop trying these really low percentage checks if it's going to be harming our morale. I don't think that's sounded very good. What's this? Oh, some magnesium. So actually that is good. That's given us... let's recharge one of our morales actually straight away. And a little bit of money. I guess we should check out the body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
I'm going to do this. I want to see if it does affect the morale, because it's a white check, although it's low.
As you breathe in,
succeed.
the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Yeah, well, the boots look quite unique.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
What kind of boots are these?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Okay, then what kind of armor is this?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more arm after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. Maybe he'll know something.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Maybe he was just wearing the boots.
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags. Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
Fuck you, Kuno.
You wanna fuck me, huh? You wanna fuck the Kuno?
Yeah.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring, and the guy's a total victopaz.
How can he afford such expensive hardware?
That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions. Just something I scraped together from my station. an area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Let's knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether.
Can we pull the boot
The
off?
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
I'm not gonna... I'm gonna put his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
There might be clues inside.
Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just these ones. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
What was that, a word?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Probably should get a drink.
No, you should not get a drink. You should perform an initial inspection of the victim's corpse. We are on the rope part.
What kind of rope is it?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
I can't come up with anything other than a harbour.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming the dock workers did it.
The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
How they get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the above branch, okay?
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
They sure wanted him to stay
It's
there.
not merely polyester. It's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Look at
An
the
intricate
tattoos.
web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Now, map of the sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, and then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a colour-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Right, so we got the
glossy
photo.
eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okie doke. Now look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Got a medium check here. See if we can manage it.
I'm gone.
We do. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where's
in
that?
the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Go ahead, Cobbo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me
Here
questions.
you go, you loony.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Of course not. The name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry.
Oh, it can't be Harry.
Good for you.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure we got out of that one, Coppellini?
That's enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Creepy.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
How do we get him
Are
down?
you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
I think we've been thorough enough.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain
Got a skill
cutters,
point.
but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yes, we could do it. We could use the kid's ladder.
I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks. And I don't see another good way up there. Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this.
Okay.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
I mean, someone who's below detective.
Someone like a paid garbage man? Or a cleaning crew? I have bad news for you. That is a detective. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Help from the
I
harbour?
was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
Confirmed. It's unsafe.
Okay.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Shoot the branch?
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Am I going to be any good at shooting?
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said.
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
"A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight."
Fucking idiot! Muckabah asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word. Just
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
Maybe. Let's have a go.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here.
They only have one gun.
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun? Extremely unfortunate. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Okay, maybe if we close an eye.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Okay, well I don't think we can improve our odds at all, so this is a slightly better than a 50-50. And we succeed.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Who killed you?
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
We leveled up. Who's laughing now, you little shit?
Fuck you, Kurpale!
Despite her words, her tone seems celebratory. You've been policed.
Ace is high.
The lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it. We're not going to leave Kim hanging, are we? Slap it.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
So what now?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy.
You can have
In the
his gun.
meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Claire, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
Let's go. Okay, and I think we'll leave it there for now. It's auto-saved, so it's good timing. When we come back, we'll head over to the harbour and see if we can find out any clues or information about what's happened there. Maybe some more suspects. We'll find out. But thanks very much for joining me in this unique game. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and if you have, then please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you could. That'd be fantastic. and hopefully I will see you next time.